Hello, everybody. Just got off duty working in the aviary at the Audubon Zoo. I'm outside the Audubon tea room where they put on wedding parties, birthday parties. Y'all have a great day. And business dinners, all kinds of things. It's a nice little venue. It's not so little. You can set up quite a few round tables in there. I had done waiting service for in there for about close to a year. So, but did waiting and hors d'oeuvre serving and bartending. I have my hands in everything in there. So, but that's years ago, back before Katrina. But I'm waiting outside here. Just got off duty in the aviary and had fun with the birds, and I cut up their meals for them for the day, and a bunch of fruits and vegetables. And so I'm waiting out here for my ride. Take me down to the New Orleans Creole Tomato Festival down the French Quarter at the French Market. It's all French to me. But give you a view here. Not much of a view, but of the parking lot and maybe some outside of this building and stuff. So we have big trees here, big oaks and maples and various other trees. So give you a 360 here. That's the gate to go in and out of right there. If you can tell, it's a I'm out here. I wait for the garbage truck to show up in the morning, and I go in when they go in. Yeah. There's the front doors. There's a tea room, Audubon tea room. It's dedicated to Jerome S. Glazer, his foundation. After he passed away, devoted funds to refurnish, rehab the place, fix it up. They have a huge kitchen in there, and currently the one providing the catering for functions here is I think it's Dickie Brennan is doing it, his company, and but it's dedicated to Jerome S. Glazer. He, according to the plaque that's on the outside here, was a member of the Audubon Commission from 1964 to 1989, and its vice chairman from 1971 to 1986. The rebirth of this building in 2000 has been made possible by the support of the Jerome S. Glazer Foundation, June 6, 2000. So it's been 24 years now since they redid this building. More than likely did some work on the inside. The outside doesn't look like it needed much of anything. It's a gorgeous building. But, and just to let you know, most everything, well, I could almost say everything is ADA accessible, even the tea room. Hear that button? So, yeah, that's one of those things. When I started working here, the preparation areas are kind of tight and everything, and for the aviary, prepping the food and everything for the birds. So, and besides that, everything's like regular height in there or slightly above regular height. And so they've made accommodations. They've got a table that folds up and everything. All I have to do is set it up, and then I put everything on there to do preparation work when I need to do it. Every Saturday it's a different thing. It seems like, one Saturday I'll be washing down the walkway going through the building and playing with the birds. They like to come out and see me and come out of the bushes and stuff, leave their little presents on the walkway. But yeah, you can see Saturday, this place is packed. There's very little parking space available. Or let's put it this way, it's so full, there's hardly a space that's open. And they set up over back that direction there, where they'll if the parking lot's full, they'll start parking on the lawn over there, and they have a whole section set up. If there's some kind of special function going on for the kids, this place is packed. So, good morning. How are you doing? This place is packed and stuff, and they'll have there's a big picnic area back behind that hedge there. So, back behind that hedge, and it's they'll set up bouncy houses and stuff like that. It depends on who's putting on the function and stuff. But when something like that's going on, this place is packed. So, like I said, they'll be parking on that lawn area because there's no parking in the regular spaces. So, and today there's nothing really special going on. except that they do have campers on the grounds because they started the summer camp. Um, and I'm not sure. I don't know the details on it other than they're staying on the grounds and where they have access to and what we're supposed to not do and do, all that kind of stuff. So I'm not sure how long that lasts. It's been going on since I think the third it started, so it's only been 5 days. But anyway, they've got campers on the grounds, so which is kind of cool, you know. I'm not sure if they have access to the full zoo during the evenings and stuff, but they may be restricted to a certain area. And so, how you doing?
You know where the security for Orleans is?
Oh, the security guard? The security gate's down at the very end there.
Thank you.
And you'll see a booth next to the gate and everything, so, okay. So anyway, it's a lively day here, that's for sure. Looks like we got maybe a volunteer or something coming in the gate that I normally go in. Maybe a volunteer for another sector of the zoo and stuff. Or there may be something going on that he got dropped off at the gate there. So, but anyway, I oh, and the kimono dragon. Oh, she was out early this morning. She was out in her yard and everything. She has free access to her normal sleeping area and then the yard area where people can see her and stuff. She was out early this morning when I came in, about 6:30 in the morning. She was out there just curled up underneath the palm tree. So I pass by her every Saturday that I'm here. And if she's out, I say hello. And I hope every single time she's out because I love looking at her. She's beautiful. I wish she had a mate in there, but I guess the last mate that she had passed away and everything. So And I pass when I go to the aviary. I pass by the reptile house, but it's closed when I go. Pass by and stuff because it's so early in the morning. It's not open during the early hours. In other words, each building is locked at night, so people can't go in and you know steal the animals. But yeah, and I talked with my supervisor about what happens if a hurricane comes through or a big tropical storm, and do the volunteers report to the zoo or what? And I was told a big no. The only the employees can report to the zoo. In other words, if a hurricane's coming through or a huge tropical storm, um, all volunteer shifts are canceled. Only the paid positions are to come in, and that's to tighten down the hatches and make sure the animals are all safe and and the like, just in case it hits hard, because the winds can be crazy with a hurricane. So, and the rains can come down, or it could be just almost a dry hurricane for New Orleans. Um, or it could be a very wet one. We've had both types. Um, it's the winds that do a lot of damage, as a rule. Um, what happens is one of the reasons why the biggest reason the levees failed during Katrina is because they hadn't been updated and repaired and you know um, reinforced, um, for how many decades, I don't know. And the Army Corps of Engineers, they're the ones that are supposed to be maintaining the levees, and they failed their job. And so they came in after Katrina and they reinforced the levees. They're working real well now. If we can just keep our pumps running during a hurricane, that would be great. You know, I think the city's the one responsible for that, and sometimes we'll have one or two of the pumps because we're at or below sea level, um, here in New Orleans. We have high grounds like the French Quarter and the Garden District. Those are high grounds. Everything else is pretty much flood zone. Um, as in the case of Katrina, everything but those two that I mentioned, the French Quarter and the Garden District, flooded. Everything else flooded. Whether it be 6 inches to 7 feet, of water, or even more in some places. I know when I was at the when I was working for the sheriff's department. And dear old Sheriff Gusman, oh, he needed to be put in jail himself. The thief that he was. Um, but just the same, um, uh, uh, um, oh, dang, I forgot the name of it. Here goes my memory. Um, there's a certain prison that's up north, and they always send buses to the Orleans Parish Prison to evacuate the inmates out. And Gusman said, well, we don't need the buses. We're going to stay here. See? And his predecessor would have sent the inmates out because we knew that Katrina was going to be a direct hit and it was going to be a big hit too. You know, it was predicted to be anywhere from a 3 to 5 level hurricane, and it may have started with us. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Security guard was offering me a drink. Uh, they're always looking out for me here. Security guards are great. Matter of fact, my first PCA after I got out of the nursing home now works as a security guard here. And sometimes I'll see her early in the morning on Saturdays before she gets off shift. She gets off at 7 a.m. And sometimes she'll be around and we'll chat for a little bit. I do miss her, but I like having Earl around. Um, Not because he's great as a helper, as a PCA, but he's gorgeous too. Did I just out myself, or did everybody already know already? I don't know, but um, he's a handsome man. So, and anyway, but Desiree and I, um, we're still good friends, and we get to chat and stuff every once in a while here. And I next time I see her, I've got to check to see how her oldest daughter is doing. Well, actually, her two oldest daughters. I know the one's in nursing school. She's trying to get a nurse practitioner's certification. Um, so now the other one I know has graduated high school. So I'm wondering if she's gone on to college or not. I haven't, I always seem to forget to ask about the two of them. I know her son is still in high school, and the other two are probably um, in 5th grade by now. The twins. Yes, she's got 5 kids. She looks like she's 28, 29. But I'm going, you have got to be kidding me. You know? But they're great kids. They get in a lot of trouble at school, but you know, what can I say? Kids will be kids. So, um, but they're good kids. You know, I've met all of them, and like I've spent time with the twins and the 2 oldest daughters. The son, you know, he's kind of like doing his own thing. So, but um, anyway, um, yeah, I I miss Desiree, but you know, being a PCA doesn't pay that much, and the jobs that she's doing now pay her like double or more than what she was making as a PCA with me. So I applaud her for that. You know that she's doing that well and stuff. So and I do believe she does details and stuff too, which she gets paid for even more per hour. So, wow, where's my ride? Huh, there we go. 11:52. All right. In 8 minutes, I'll have to call for my ride to find out where it's at. So I may have to. Excuse me. I may have to stop this feed to be able to call. So that's okay. I can always restart it. So yeah. Oh, I was talking about the Hurricane Katrina, and that was quite an experience. 4 days surrounded by water, like we were on a desert island, you know, and it felt like it too. Yeah, it was hot, humid, and just you just felt isolated and the like. And I can imagine a lot of other people felt that way that stayed in town, um, thinking that wasn't going to be much of anything. Um, and then there's the stubborn ones that just won't leave no matter what. So it's probably more that they don't have no place to go, you know, or a way to get out of town. So, and they don't want to stay at no shelter because they probably had a bad experience in the past. Because some shelters are good, some are really bad. But anyway, yeah. Shoot, I still can't remember the prison. They put on rodeos and stuff. But anyway, they whenever we have a tropical storm or a hurricane coming near or at us here in New Orleans, they'll send buses down to evacuate the inmates. And at that time, during Katrina, we had 7,000 inmates, or pretty darn close to it. I think it was 6,900 and something. So you might as well just round it up to 7,000 because there were ones in the um, lockup that weren't even on that count. So anyway, um, yeah, and dear Gusman, boy, I hate that man. He was a horrible sheriff, a thief, all that kind of stuff. Um, Never mind, he didn't know who was there during Katrina and who wasn't. He gave commendations to people that weren't even there for Katrina. They may have been in the hospital or they may have evacuated out of the city with their families and never came back, type thing. And I know at least a dozen that he did that with. He gave them commendations. And then there were people like me that didn't get a commendation. And I worked my ass off during that time, making sure that we had supplies because I was going back and forth every day. I was going back and forth with 5 other people to the warehouse, wading through that water that was nearly 6 feet deep. And I'm sure out the street it was more than that. Because I know my chin was below water. Thankfully I didn't get any in my mouth because that was nasty water. And but I'd make that trip back and forth through the water to the warehouse and try to salvage, things like bottled water, canned goods, cooking supplies, Bunsen burners and stuff like that. Um, just everything. Um, so that everybody, because we had over 400 people on the veranda around the old CCC building. That's the building that they normally housed inmates that were in on drug charges. Um, and Anyway, um, so I didn't get a commendation whatsoever because the guy was an idiot. And if you went to shake his hand, it was like a limp rag, you know. He he never had any kind of a handshake, you know. You got a limp rag in your hand, and that was it. So, yeah, he was just a horrible man. And never mind, he'd have inmates, you know, um, the construction crew, you know, that would go around to our buildings and do maintenance stuff, and it'd be a crew of inmates along with um, well, was he a captain or a sergeant at the time? I think he was a sergeant. Um, the man that was in charge of the construction team. Anyway, Gusman would have them come out to his house to do maintenance out there, you know, whether it be painting the place or repairing something here or there, or even building something, adding on to his house. He did that kind of stuff. So, but anyway, enough of that asswipe. I'm wondering where my ride is.